Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs in video games, and today I'm playing Hollow Knight. Last time on Hollow Knight, I completed the third Pantheon with all 4 bindings, and this time I'm going to spend this episode in the Hall of the Gods, making some progress here, as well as preparing for the 5th Pantheon, which I intend to try again next time. So first, since I fought Galien a lot last time, I think it's time for me to actually get the Radiant version of Galien complete. Of course, we have to start with Attuned, and I just realized I think I'm not wearing any charms. So I'm going to have to put charms back on before I try the harder version of the Galien fight, the Ascended and Radiant version. I'm going to have to wear charms for that. I mean, technically I should probably be able to defeat them without them, but no reason to add more challenge. So speaking of, this fight against Galien, this is how I normally do the fight against Galien, which is terrible on the Radiant version. You know, I got hit how many times? 6 times. I just go through Galien by hitting him a whole lot. We're not going to do that. We're going to be smarter. Now, for the Galien fight, based on what I did last time, I think using spells to defeat Galien is one of the best things to do. I don't really need to be able to hit him a whole lot with spells. I just need the spells to do lots of damage. So the Shaman Stone is important for what I'm trying to do. I guess if I'm going for spells, reducing the cost of casting the spells is good. And then I'll wear the Mark of Pride. What else actually helps me? Trying to think of what actually helps me in this battle. I guess we could do the Soul Eater. Well, I don't have enough slots left for that. I guess what I'm going to do is put on the Unbreakable Strength, because that's always a nice one. So I have my typical Mark of Pride and Unbreakable Strength. I'm adding the Shaman Stone and the Spell Twister because I think using the up spell to deal damage is going to be very effective against Galien. So here's the Ascended version, and this time I'm going to try to beat Galien without taking damage. What I think I should do to do that is basically make this thing go back and forth over me, like this, and then hit Galien occasionally when he comes nearby, and hit him with the up spell when I can. Now I do have to be a little bit careful because Galien does go down to where I am sometimes, and that's one of the ways that I can be dealt a lot of damage here. Okay. Did something weird there and it messed me up a little bit. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Back and forth. I didn't hit him very often when he came over, but I didn't need to. The important thing is to not get hit. I've done a fair amount of spells against him. Alright, don't try to end the battle quickly. Try to not get hit. There we go! So that was the Ascended version, but if I do that same thing again in the Radiant version, I think it'll work. So let's do it. Radiant Galien, and my method is to just go back and forth so that I don't get hit by this attack, this staff that he's making bounce around, and only deal with Galien when he comes close to me. Well, didn't get it on my first attempt, I went for a spell when I should have kept going for dodging. I thought I was in a safer spot than I was. Here we go. Okay, be careful. That was a good spell time. I've got soul for a couple of spells. That's a good spell time. Just hit Galien a couple times. I hit him down there accidentally. That almost messed me up. I just need him to come over to me. Oh. Alright, not on the second time, but the third time. Third time's the charm, as they say. So, dodge the staff. The most important thing to do is dodge the staff. And not get hit by Galien, I guess. That last death is one of the things that I'm a little bit worried about with the Radiant version of Galien, is he can just walk over. I guess not walk over, he can float over and just run into me. That's a possibility based on how Galien moves. So even if I can dodge this thing all the time, even if I can dodge his attack, sometimes he just floats down to where I am, and that killed me too. Oh, I messed up. Didn't die, but I did screw up my dodging pattern. There we go, that was a good hit. Hit him again. For some reason the dodging pattern stopped there. I don't know what stopped it though. Had to dodge through those two. And win. I think that was the fourth time. So there's the Radiant version of Galien, which proves that I've gotten much, much better at Galien. Now, I'm not going to change my charms just yet, but let's go up against the Absolute Radiance. I need to learn this battle, or at least learn the end of this battle, I guess. And is this the Radiance or the Absolute Radiance? It just said Radiance, so I might be fighting the easier version of this. Nope, it says Absolute Radiance right here. Okay, we are fighting the hard version of this battle, which I believe is mostly just faster. I think that's what makes it harder, primarily. Oh. Oh, I've made it through the small part of those. Darn. So one of the things that I could do in that circumstance that I guess I've learned recently is that I could have used my down spell to give myself a little bit of invulnerability. I think that would have been smart to do if I had successfully thought of it. Alright, let's heal up. Heal up again. And we're 2 health down going in against the second phase, which is a harder phase. Whoa. Alright. I don't want to be this close to the Radiance. Yeah, see, that attack is why I don't want to be too close. Because those swords, if I'm too close, then I'll get hit by one of those swords. Don't like the spells. Just didn't see the swords were coming. Heal once. There's the spells. Don't like the spells. I thought he did 4 spells. Maybe I'm remembering that incorrectly. But I thought there were 4 balls of spells that I needed to dodge. Okay. Have to be close enough to hit him sometimes. Although that hit was dumb. Safety is more important than hitting him. Oh man. It wasn't quite short enough to dodge that. Yeah, he did 4 spells that time. Does he not do 4 spells all the time? Heal once. I think that I could theoretically heal a lot in this battle, because there are some good spots to heal. It's just the longer that the battle takes, the larger chance I'm going to get hit. So I have to get hit a lot less often for the possibility of healing up during this part. Oh man, I'm to the next part already. Let's heal. So at the end of the normal Radiance battle, this was basically the end. But in the Absolute Radiance, this is not the end of the battle. Oh gosh. You still have to defeat him up here. Does he use exclusively spells? He might be using exclusively spells at this part. I've never beaten this part, so I don't know. I died very quickly. Exclusively spells is annoying for me, but it looks like it's perfectly possible. Oh-ho. Got it. Well, that feels really good. I defeated... That's only the Attuned version, but I defeated the Attuned version the second time I fought the battle. Whoa, thou spec! To achieve victory, even if only against a mere imprint of that most brilliant deity, thine battles prove strength enough to impress. But couldst thou ever hope to overcome that mighty god, tuned at the core of dream and mind, when met in perfect state, at peak of all others, we think not. Haha. Alright. That felt pretty good, especially because I didn't try it multiple times. Definitely, I need to try that a couple more times before I could hope to win next time in the 5th Pantheon. But I feel pretty confident. And what am I going to do now? I'm going to do this one. No Eyes. Having the spell charms on for the Absolute Radiance fight was definitely not the charms that you want to have on during that fight. I can't really do spells very often effectively, at least not at my current skill level. The No Eyes battle, I don't think is a problem. I don't know how hard the Radiant version is, because the different layout that's used for the Ascended version, which I only know because I encountered it in the 5th Pantheon, not because I've gone up against the Ascended version in the Hall of the Gods yet. But the alternate layout of this room, I think, makes this a lot harder for the Radiant battle. Shouldn't have too much trouble, though. So, Ascended. Ascended No Eyes. Let's go. Yeah, this Ascended layout is much harder. For one, it's just much harder to actually get to No Eyes to hit her. spells are probably nice, especially when I have my spell charms on. That spell especially seems good. I got hit in a dumb way. Luckily this is not the Radiant version. That is getting hit in a dumb way again. Alright. I got hit twice in the Ascended version, but both times I feel like I could have not gotten hit. So on to the Radiant version. And I guess while I'm doing this, I can possibly talk about some charms. Since this battle is relatively long and somewhat boring. So the first charm I would talk about, again, I'm still talking about charms that I don't think I'm ever going to wear. Although at this point I'm talking about charms that I don't think I will ever wear, not that I'm confident I will never wear. So the first of those is the Stalwart Shell. According to the description of the Stalwart Shell, when you recover from damage, you remain invulnerable for longer periods of time. So the reason I've never worn that is because I don't think getting hit multiple times in a row is really a problem that I've had. The invulnerability time after getting hit is not something that I think has affected me much at all. Oh gosh. I tried to run away from that one. Did not run away from that spell very effectively. Try again. So the Stalwart Shell is a charm that I think that I will never use because I don't really know of a situation in the game where I care about its effect, where I care about being invulnerable for longer. Maybe it could be effective in some non-battle circumstances, like when you're going across the world. Oh gosh, I should not have gone after No Eyes there. When you're going across the world and there are lots of brambles and whatnot, maybe you could fall on brambles. No, because if you fall on brambles... Alright. What's going wrong here? I did so well on the Ascended version. If you fall on brambles, you just get moved away. So I don't think the invulnerability from hitting brambles actually helps at all with the Stalwart Shell. I have to say, I did not expect this No Eyes bot battle to be as much trouble as it is. Even with the alternate layout, I want to be here. This is where I think it is easiest, and I should not go after No Eyes when No Eyes is right there, I think. Even though it looks really easy, this is one that I can go after No Eyes once or twice. The next charm to mention that I don't think I'm ever going to use again, although I have used it before for good effect, is the Dash Master. The Dash Master is a charm that allows you to dash more often. I used it to get a shiny collectible before I would normally have been able to based on the abilities and moveset that I had. So I did achieve a pretty nice thing there by essentially getting a collectible early because I used it. However, now that I have all of the abilities and movement options that I do, can't really think of when dashing multiple times quickly helps. Especially because you can't use the dash through power multiple times quickly. You have to wait for your dash through ability to charge back up after you use it. waiting for No Eyes to come to a place where I feel comfortable hitting it. There you go, No Eyes. Hit you once, hit you again. Should not have gone for that hit, but it worked out. The next one to mention is the Thorns of Agony. This one I think I will wear occasionally. And I will wear it occasionally only because it costs 1. And there's only a few 1-cost charms. And it's the only 1-cost charm that I think really helps in a battle situation. It doesn't help a lot. Oh, I jumped into that spell. The Thorns of Agony don't help a lot in a battle situation, to be sure. But they do help in a battle situation. And of the one slot charms, it's probably the one that helps the most in a battle situation. If not the Sprint Master. The Sprint Master is the other one that might be helpful in battle situations. So I might wear the Thorns of Agony sometimes, but I think it's usually something you don't want. I mean, for one, you don't actually want to take damage while you're in battles. So using a charm that depends on you taking damage to be useful is at first slightly questionable. But also, I don't think that it deals that much damage. And sometimes it does no damage because it has to hit the enemy. It's not like Thorns in other games where they are guaranteed. The Thorns ability is guaranteed to hit an enemy when you get hit. This Thorns, it actually has to physically hit the enemy. So you have to be close enough when you get hit that the enemy gets hit. That makes it a little bit less useful as a charm. Thorns abilities are usually not great in games. That's a generalization, but usually they're not great. I love the concept of Thorns in games, but most implementations, including I think the Hollow Knight one, is lackluster. Not that I'm upset that it's there. It's an interesting ability to have there, but it's usually weak, and there are better options for optimal play. Oh, those two spells were in an awkward position. Oh, got him. Alright, there's No Eyes on the Radiant version. Don't particularly like that No Eyes battle. What am I doing next? I could just move more to the left. The Watcher Knights? Sure, let's do the Watcher Knights. The Watcher Knights... I think that I'm better at this battle than I think I actually am. It's kind of weird to say that, because I was saying that I thought it on both sides. But still, I think that this Watcher battle is harder than I imagine it is. Even though I do quite well. I wonder how many attempts the Radiant version will take me. We'll see. See, that's a circumstance where the way they were bouncing made it pretty hard to dodge both of them, and that's something that could really mess me up in the Radiant version. Okay, I'm kind of in a corner. Don't like being in a corner. I got hit sort of because I was in a corner. Let's just use a whole bunch of my soul to hit them. Because I still have the spell power charm on. Nice. Got another one. The Ascended version is going to be a lot harder, because all of these guys will have more health. I think I just won. I did. I got hit 4 times though. That's pretty bad. Let's do better on the Ascended version. Here we go. Watcher Knights Ascended. And I guess while I'm doing this, I'll continue to talk about charms. The next one on my list to talk about is the Balder Shell. So the Balder Shell, when you focus, it will shield you, but I think it can only shield you 3 times. I might have that wrong, but it breaks eventually. So even though it shields you sometimes, it eventually breaks. And unfortunately, what I imagined the charm would do ended up not being what it does. I imagined that it would allow you to heal. It does not actually allow you to heal. When you get hit, it stops any healing that you're doing, so you can't heal instead of getting hit. What happens is you have to start trying to heal, and then if you get hit, it'll break off your heal, but you still actually... when you would get hit, it stops your heal, but you don't actually get damaged. Just use all of my soul against them. There we go. So this Ascended version is going quite nice. The reason that I don't really like the Balder Shell, and I did get hit once, so that does not bode well for the Radiant version of this battle. Only once is not too bad, but I have to get hit 0 times, so only once is too much. But the reason that I don't really like the Balder Shell is because in order for it to work, you have to know to use it. You have to have in your training that I'm about to get hit by something, and instead of dodging that thing that I'm about to get hit by, I am going to shield myself. And usually, if you have the foresight to shield yourself, I think that you could dodge what's happening rather than shield. Let's try the Radiant version. Radiant version of this battle, I think, is harder than the Radiant versions of the other battles that I fought in this episode. You have to kind of ignore how many times I lost against No Eyes when hearing that statement, but still, I think the No Eyes Radiant is very possible, and this one is harder. Shoot him a couple times. Shoot both of them a couple times. Oh, I shot one more time than I should. I saw what was happening to me before it happened. So, Radiant version of the Watcher Knights. The simple attack... I've gotten very used to jumping away and jumping back with simple attacks. That's because of Sly, actually. Because of Sly in the last one. Because Sly also attacks twice like that after he jumps. Great. Another one down. Alright, I don't like them being on both sides of me. They still are. They still are. And they will remain on both sides of me, apparently. Darn. This one's harder. I can definitely do it, though. And I think that the charms that I have are actually pretty good for this one, too, because I can use spells very frequently in this battle to good effect. I can even hit them with spells when they're jumping. Oh gosh. At least I think I'm dying in silly ways, which sounds like something that I wouldn't be happy about, but I'm happy about it because it's something that I can fix. I can fix dying in silly ways a lot more easily than I can fix in dying in ways where I think I'm doing the right thing and I still get hit. Like the Galien battle. The Galien battle is harder in some aspects because dodging Galien coming down at you is such a weird thing to have to do. Thought he was going to rush at me. Alright, well he's jumping at me now. Ho-ho! I used the down spell while he was going through me. The invincibility on the down spell is quite ridiculous. I don't understand why it has invincibility for as long as it does. Okay, he's rushing at me. What about this one? He's rushing at me. The other one rushed back, but I didn't notice that he was because I thought it was the same enemy. Watcher Knights. All I have to do is never get hit. I just need a perfect battle. That's what all the Radiant battles are, I acknowledge, but I need to do that right now. I want to kill this one before the next one comes out. There we go. That's what I wanted. They're both on the same side of me, although not for long. Let's shoot him a couple times. They did different things. That's one of the dangerous things about having them both there. When one of them jumps and one of them rushes. I do have this. I think I did better in the Ascended version than I'm doing in the Radiant version. So, be very careful. Don't get into a corner like I am right now. Don't do that. Slam him. Slamming him gets me out of the corner. So this one, need to see what he's doing. Need to see what that one's doing. Alright, they're both on the same side as me. That's nice for spells. I like that they're doing the same thing. They just keep doing that. That'll be good. I think that is over. Alright, they're both on the same side. That's good for spells. Doing the Pantheons with all 4 bindings has really affected my spell usage. Part of that is because the all 4 bindings makes it so that you don't have much soul, so you can't really save up much. So if you can't save up much, why not use the spells sometimes? That has also messed me up, for example here, where sometimes I could save up longer and use spells more effectively, but I'm using them just a lot because I'm not thinking of the fact that I could save up soul. But still, it's probably better that I'm using spells more often than what I was doing before. That is a way that I think I've gotten actually better at this game recently. Oh gosh. That was unfortunate. I did very well there, but they did different things. One of them bounced, one of them rushed, and I couldn't figure out how best to dodge both of them in the moment. So, Watcher Knight. Let's go. Got this one pretty hurt, I think. Let's finish him off. And then the next one. I probably should be wearing the quick slash, honestly. Of all of the charms to wear with the Watcher Knights. And since I still haven't beaten the Radiant version, let's actually change out my charms. Because I think the quick slash is quite good against the Watcher Knights. Maybe better than the Mark of Pride. Maybe better than the Mark of Pride. So we're going quick slash. The quick slash helps me charge up spells quicker too. Because every hit gives the same amount of soul, even if the hits are quicker. So, the quick slash is definitely going to help against when there's one Watcher Knight. It's not the most important thing for it to help. Okay, they're both on the same side. Good time to use one of those spells. Good time to use that spell, I think. Great. Oh gosh, I didn't know what to do. I froze. Freezing up is not the best. I wonder how many times I've tried this. Am I gonna do more than 10 times against the Watcher Knights? Maybe. I'm able to get 2 hits in very safely with the quick slash. That feels good. And then this one stands up. I wonder if they stand up in the same order every time. It could be. I don't know how I would... Well, I know how I would know, but I'm probably not going to notice. Apparently, you're the challenging one. The Attuned Absolute Radiance was easier than the Watcher Knights on Radiant. This one's going down quickly, as usual. Great. Now the far right one? It's always the far right one. That's a good thing to know. I mean, I don't know how often I would use that knowledge. Oh. Shoot them a couple times. Shoot them a couple more times. What's that one doing? Great. My spells are doing really well, I think. And I defeated both of them at the same time. Wonderful. Next set. Great. Oh gosh. I tried to peek over to the right to see what they were doing, and then when I saw what they were doing, I panicked. Apparently the Watcher Knights is going to be the last thing that I do this episode. I mean, I am going to practice against the Pure Vessel and the Absolute Radiance again, so that I have a better chance next time in the Pantheon. Alright, let's go over here, prepare to fight this one. Great, shoot them while they're on the same side. Wonderful. Great. I do like shooting them when they're on the same side like that. Should have dashed through right then. Alright, where are my skills? Where are the skills that allow me to do this? Come to me, skills. Oh, he came over here. That's useful. Because the next one's going to start over there. It's very nice that they both did the rush on the ground. Okay, I almost jumped into that one. And trying to pay attention to what they're doing to attack me. I need them to be on the same side right now. Alright, if I have a lot of space, I can have them be on different sides. Oh, one of them down. There's another down. Shoot them while they're right there next to each other. Oh, oh. Darn. It's trying to shoot too much. My radiant skills are failing me. I need to remember to dodge everything. I'm finishing the battle quickly, but I'm finishing the battle quickly with my own death. That's not what you want. Don't finish the battle quickly. Take your time. If I just take my time, then everything will be much better. Alright, I see both of them. See both of them. Great. And this is not good. Oh, the other one did not rush at me. Thought he was. Great. I managed to time my jump well there. Oh, I stopped him in mid attack. Great. Another one down. What is he doing? Okay, he's rushing. Whoa, okay. Darn. I'm not reacting quickly enough to their attacks. I wonder if that's because there are two of them, and I think that the one that's coming at me is the one that just attacked, and so he should be done attacking. I'm not sure. But for some reason I'm reacting slowly to their attacks, which is what is causing me to get hit a number of times. Let's do better this time. Also, I shouldn't worry about using this spell all the time. I think I've messed myself up at least twice by using the spell at an inopportune time. Like there, I probably should not have used that last spell, because I wasn't guaranteed that they weren't attacking me at that moment. Okay, next set. Okay, stop using spells. You don't want to use them constantly. You want to use them when it's appropriate. Like that was appropriate, but I only did one. That was also appropriate for what was happening. Careful. can't see what the other one is doing. It's usually bad. Okay, I did that out of fear. Great. Now, are we on the last one? I might be on the last one. The last one should be easy, just don't get hit, especially by the basic attack. That attack, don't get hit by that one. Be patient, patience. And a little bit of patience and we win. That was the Watcher Knights on the Radiant version. It was not easy at all, but I did get it. Now, let me think about what charms are best against the Absolute Radiance. I'm not going to use the spell charms against the Absolute Radiance. I definitely want my Mark of Pride, and I guess the Unbreakable Heart is the other one that's really nice. That's probably what I'm going to be wearing in the Pantheon. So let's use those, and I'm going to try the Ascended version of the Absolute Radiance once in this episode, and then I will probably end this episode. So, one attempt at the Ascended version of the Absolute Radiance. I believe the Ascended version would just give more health and more damage. I don't imagine this is a boss that has other effects added in the Ascended version. So don't remain too close to him, because you have to dodge swords that he's about to shoot out. He does shoot 4 spells. Oh gosh, I got hit by that. That was not a good thing to get hit by. I also got hit by 2 of the swords. Alright, because that was so incredibly short, I'm gonna try it one more time. Let's go. So, do not get hit. That is the goal. Do not get hit. It's the same goal as the Radiant Watcher Knights. Don't get hit. When getting hit does 4 damage, it's pretty similar to dying immediately. Oh gosh. Couldn't think of how to dodge that one in the moment. Managed to dodge that sword. I think I got hit by one of those, and I did not expect to. Oh, barely dodged one of those swords. Heal a couple times. That doesn't help me much, but it does help me a little bit. Ooh, I didn't even see the spikes on the ground until after I got hit by them. I am 1 hit away from death. Did not get hit there. That's good. And death. Alright, I'm going to end this episode here. Next time we're going up against the 5th Pantheon again. I am going to practice a little bit on my own against the Attuned version of the Absolute Radiance before I do it, so that I have a better chance. In this episode, I defeated 3 more Radiant battles, Galien, No Eyes, and the Watcher Knights. Next episode, we're going up against the 5th Pantheon again, hopefully turning that 49 into a 50. Check out my tracking sheet, there's a link in my video description. New episodes every Sunday, and thanks for watching.